Hi everyone, my name's Rachel Green and I am a dietitian. So a dietitian tells people how to eat well to protect their health. And today I am going to talk to you about healthy eating, and particularly we're going to talk about healthy snacking. And this information will be helpful to you if you would like to keep a healthy weight, if you would like to lose weight, or if you would like to stop yourself from getting bigger. So I hope that you find the information helpful, and I hope you pick up lots of tips along the way. So if you have seen a dietitian or a speech and language therapist or a doctor, and they've given you advice about how you should eat, then you should continue to follow that. This information is general, so it's for everyone, but it might not be specific to you. If you have any swallowing difficulties, then remember to follow your care plan from the speech and language therapist to make sure that any food you eat is right for your swallowing needs and the texture that you need. I will be mentioning some food as we go along, so just make sure if you're trying anything that it is appropriate, that it's right for your swallow, okay? So why is it good to eat healthy food? Well, healthy food is really important for our heart health. It keeps our heart pumping really well. And as we get older, it means that our heart can stay really fit and healthy. Eating healthy food helps us to stay active, so it keeps us fit and helps us move well. It also gives us energy. So if you think of our battery inside us, healthy food really helps to charge that battery. Eating healthy food also helps our mind. It helps our mood. Sometimes we can feel down and we can feel a bit anxious or a bit stressed. And the way we eat can really help improve that. Eating well and eating the right type of food and drinking enough can really help us go to the toilet as well. It helps us not get bunged up or constipated. So you have a big long tube that goes from your stomach, from your tummy, out of your body, and food can get bunged up along there. So by including the right foods and the right drinks, that can help keep us comfortable and help keep that tube moving. Eating healthy food also helps us keep a healthy weight. It helps us keep a good weight, and it stops us from getting too big. And the way we eat also helps us to sleep better. Sometimes if we eat too much sugar or if we drink too much caffeine in coffee or tea or fizzy drinks, that can put the sleep off us. So by eating better or making some changes to what we eat or drink, it can help all of those things on the screen. So I want you to think about how you feel when you eat well. Do you feel better? Do you feel a bit more energy? And how do you feel when you don't eat well? When you've maybe eaten a bit more takeaways or sugary or fatty? How do you get tired? Do you feel a bit sore in your tummy? Do you feel a bit down? So it's really good for us to eat a healthy breakfast, to eat a healthy lunch, and to eat a healthy dinner or evening meal. So those regular meals give us the energy and the different nutrients, all the different things that we need from our food throughout the day. It's also really good to drink water. we're recommended, or it's good to drink 6 to 8 cups of water or tea or coffee or no added sugar drinks in the day. And that helps us keep hydrated. It stops our mouth and our eyes from getting dry. It's really good to help us go to the toilet, and it stops us from getting bunged up as well. It's really good to eat lots of fruit and vegetables. We should try and include lots of different colours of fruits and vegetables, and we should try and have at least 5 hand-sized portions of fruits and vegetables each day. So that's a challenge for you. It's also really good to eat foods that have fibre. And fibre, you can find it in brown bread or wholemeal bread or bread with seeds in it. You can find fibre in pasta and rice that is brown pasta or brown rice. You can also find fibre in cereals and porridge. Cereals like Weetabix or shredded wheat or wheat clusters. And you can also find fibre in fruits and vegetables, okay? So fibre is really healthy for our heart, and it's really good to stop us from getting bunged up. So sometimes if we eat too many snacks, it can make us get bigger. It can make us put on weight that we don't want to put on, okay? So we don't always need snacks between our meals. Sometimes we can eat too many snacks. And too many snacks or eating too much can mean that we put on weight, and that can make us tired. It can make us out of breath or breathe faster when you're going up the stairs or when you're walking from room to room. It can make our joints, like our knees or our elbows, sore. And it might mean that we need to take more tablets or more medications that we don't want to take. Carrying too much weight or getting too big can also increase our pressure in our blood. So you might have had your blood pressure done by the nurse, the cuff around your arm, and that is checking how healthy your blood pressure is. And if we're too big, that can increase our blood pressure, and we don't want that. And if we get too big, if we carry too much weight on our bodies, it can also increase the fat that's in our blood. And we don't want too much fat in our blood. And that's called cholesterol. So there's lots of reasons why we want to eat well and stop ourselves from getting too big. So we're talking about snacking today. Now, it is good to snack if you're really active or you've had a really busy day and maybe you've missed a meal. You might need a snack, okay? If we're really hungry, you might need a snack as well. Or if you've been told that you need to increase your weight, that you need to put weight on, maybe you're too thin, then you might have been told to eat some more snacks in the day. But if we're not hungry, if we have had our regular meals, our breakfast, our lunch and our evening meal, and if you maybe are carrying too much weight, if you're too big, then we don't need to snack too much. So before you snack, you need to think about whether you're hungry. So ask yourself, am I hungry? So being hungry could feel like a rumbling or empty tummy. Sometimes when we're hungry, we can't think properly. We get a bit confused. And sometimes we can feel really low in energy. We can feel very sleepy and tired. Sometimes when people are hungry, You can get a bit annoyed or a bit angry. I think they call it hangry, okay? So those are things that being hungry could feel like. Before you eat, just ask yourself, am I actually hungry, okay? Now, when we're not hungry, sometimes we snack anyway. So why is that? Why do we snack? Sometimes we snack because we're bored. We don't have anything else to do, or we can't think of anything to do. Sometimes we see other people eating, and that makes us want to eat as well. And sometimes it's just a habit. Maybe when we're watching TV, we just go and get a snack. Or when we go out with a friend, we just go to a cafe and get a snack. But we're not really hungry. So if we're not hungry and we don't need a snack and we're trying to eat healthy, what can we try instead of snacking? So you could try and have a drink. Sometimes we get confused between whether we're thirsty or we're hungry. So having a drink first can really help us. You could try going for a walk. That's getting active and distracting yourself or doing something different than snacking. You could try reading a book or doing a puzzle. Maybe chatting to a friend or someone in your family can give you something else to do rather than snacking. Some people find brushing their teeth can help them not snack, and it means that because their teeth are nice and clean, they don't want to then go and have a sugary snack. Some people like listening to music or having a dance, and that can help you be active as well, and it can distract you or help you do something different than snacking. If you like doing some tidying or cleaning, or maybe you don't like doing it, but you need to, that can be a really good way of getting active and distracting us too, keeping us busy. And if you have a garden or some pots that you can plant and look after, that's another really good activity that you could do instead of snacking. Can you think of anything fun that you could do instead of snacking that you like to do and would be a different activity for you? Now, if you are hungry, we could choose a healthy snack. And I'm going to tell you about some good healthy options. So fruit is a great option because it's got lots of good vitamins and minerals in it and lots of fiber. So it's really healthy for our body and for our gut, our bowel, to help us go to the toilet, and also really good for our mind and our mood. You could choose some yogurt and maybe add some fruit into it, and that would sweeten it up nicely. Maybe if you're out in a cafe, they would have a small scone, a plain one or a fruit one, and that would be a good option to choose. Sugar-free jelly is nice and sweet, and that might be a healthier option than something with lots of sugar in it. A small cereal bar is a better option too. Other healthier snacks, you could choose some chopped vegetables. So you're getting more of those really healthy vegetables in there. And you could dip it in some low-fat dip or salsa or hummus or maybe some mashed avocado. Boiled egg is a really good healthy snack, and it gives you protein for your muscles. Rice cakes make a really good snack. They're nice and filling, and you can put different toppings on them, like low-fat cream cheese or nut butter, or some fruit like mashed strawberries or mashed bananas. A small bowl of cereal like Weetabix or shredded wheat or a small bowl of porridge could be a really good healthier snack. or a piece of toast with some nice toppings, and you can get very creative with your healthy toppings. So all of those healthier snacks you should try and go for if you're feeling hungry, rather than something that is not so good for you. Now, some snacks that are not so good for us are things like sweets or crisps, chocolate, buns, cakes, biscuits, ice cream, milkshakes, and fizzy sugary drinks. So they are not good for us if we eat too many of them. And these snacks tend to be the ones that we go to as a habit. So I want you to think about whether you eat these ones and whether maybe you could make a swap to a healthier option. These snacks aren't too good for us because they contain a lot of fat and they can contain a lot of sugar. And too much fat isn't good for our cholesterol. That's the fat that's in our blood. It can make us put on weight. It can make us get bigger, and we don't want that. And also, too much sugar isn't good for our teeth. It can mean that we get tooth decay and need more fillings. So this is an example of how much sugar is in some of these foods. So this is a sharing bag of Maltesers chocolate. And in this bag, there is hidden 21 sugar cubes. Okay, so there is so much sugar hidden in that chocolate snack. Now, we are recommended not to have any more than 10 sugar cubes in our food in the day, okay? So we don't eat sugar cubes, but sugar can be hidden in our food and in our drinks. So this bag has 21 in that bag, okay? So that's far too much sugar for us to be eating. In this bag of Jelly Baby Sweeties, there is 47 sugar cubes hidden in that bag, okay? So remember, we should not be having any more than 10 sugar cubes hidden in our food and drinks in the day. So that is far too much sugar, okay? And really not good for our teeth and our bodies. And in drinks, in this Fanta, there is 5 sugar cubes hidden in that fizzy drink. So that's lots and lots of sugar for our teeth and our bodies, okay? Too much sugar for our drinks. And in this Coca-Cola, there's actually 12 sugar cubes hidden in the Coke, okay? So again, much more than what we're recommended to be eating or drinking in the day. So you could choose a healthier option from the list of healthier snacks that I mentioned. You could choose a smaller portion, so sharing with someone, or you could try and have it less often. So maybe choosing the sugary or fatty snacks just once or twice a week as a treat. Okay. So sometimes when we're out, we might eat or snack even when we're not hungry. We might see other people eating, or we might eat because it's a habit, because that's what we always do. So when you're out and about doing your activities, if you think you'll get hungry, you could choose a healthier snack from a shop or a cafe. So have a think about some of the options that I suggested. You could share something with a friend, so it means that you're not eating so much of it. Or some shops or cafes or restaurants will give you a smaller portion. So you could ask for half portion or a small child-sized portion, and that means that you're not eating quite so much of it. Sometimes we think of food or sugary, fatty foods and drinks as a treat, okay? And sometimes that means that we become less healthy because we eat too many of them. So I want you to think about what you can treat yourself with that isn't food, or what activities that you can do that isn't food, okay? So I have some suggestions. You could do a certificate if you've done a really good job at something, or if you have achieved something. You could do a certificate to reward yourself. Some people find a chart or stickers helpful to keep a check on how you're doing and reward themselves by seeing all the stickers for all their good choices. If you want to treat yourself when you're out at the shops, you could buy a magazine or a notepad or some pens instead of buying food, okay? And you could also, if you like reading, you could treat yourself to a book to read or a book to colour in. You could try walking somewhere new, somewhere that you haven't been before, and exploring a new place with a friend or someone in your family. Or you could plan a trip out somewhere new to see some new experiences and some new sights as a reward for something good that you've done. You could maybe think about a craft that you could do instead of an eating or food activity. Buying new clothes can sometimes be a real treat. So maybe if you've made lots of good choices, that could be your reward. Doing some exercise, and there's lots of really good exercise videos out there that could be a good reward for good choices. And as I said, planning an outing, something that you can really look forward to, can be a really good way of treating yourself. So this week I'm setting you a healthy eating challenge. I want you to think about how much you're drinking, trying to drink at least 8 cups of water or sugar-free drinks in the day. And I want you to think about how much fruit and vegetables you're eating and trying to get towards 5 of those hand-sized portions of fruits and vegetables, lots of different colours, and tick your boxes as you go along. I also want you to think about what your healthy snack could be. Maybe I gave you some ideas today. And if you tick all your boxes or you get close, then think about what your reward could be. Try and choose something that's not food. Try and choose a treat that is different to food or is a different activity for you. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you can pick up 1 or 2 things that you can change to make some good, healthy choices. Bye.